We mix our culture with the kingdom.
Yeah, man. It's that new summertime anthem right here. This how we do for the kingdom.
Now we must swag down, cross down, grab a minute, get the devil out.
Let's go.
We mix our culture with the kingdom. We mix our culture with the kingdom. We mix our culture with the kingdom. We mix our culture with the kingdom.
Yeah, man. It's that new summertime anthem. This how we do for the kingdom.
Listen, welcome to the culture. Come on, give yourselves a hand for being. Like that. Listen, everything is new season, new time, new place. How y'all like a new place? Nice, right? Yeah. So listen, we have a great show for you. I can't wait to see the guests and talk to them and see what they've been up to. From what I've seen, they've been up to some great things, and we got some guests coming back, so I'm very proud about that. So listen, sit tight. We're gonna go to the Poet's Corner, listen to Ambitionthe Poet, spit something, and we'll be right back.
My name is Ambitionthe Poet. I'm so thankful to be here. This poem is called I Write. One thing about understanding God and my purpose is to make sure that I think about the people while I write my poetry. I write. I write for that fat girl who says that they gossip on the weight like they do the celebrities on the Shade Room Instagram account. I write. She says they're trying to extort her. They want to beat her up and they want to record her. She says if I get in a fight in high school today, everybody pull out their cell phones, turn into an immature TMZ reporter. I write. I write for that boy who's scared to smile. Not because he can't, but because his teeth is darker than the color of popcorn. You see, hygiene cannot hide in the desk of bad parenting. I write for the girl who says drugs is being broken down on her kitchen table. She can't find a piece of fruit or a piece of fruit for her starving stomach, and then she gotta come to school and learn about nutritional facts. I write for that boy that's not athletic. And he struggles because his brain flips letters like it's on a trampoline. But that's not a somersault. That black boy has dyslexia. I write for kids that were like me, who really couldn't tell the other kids why my mom don't look like me. And they kept saying that my brother lived in the big house, but that wasn't the house. That was a group home. I write for that girl that can't get a prom date even if she offered to pay for that rental tux. I write for that boy who can't get a prom date either. You see, rejection is scarier than that old lady that's in some of them lascivious movie trailers. I write for that boy that y'all made fun of because he stinks. But I was thinking, if your pillow was rolled up close behind the dumpster, would you smell like flowers? I write for that girl who's kind of quiet. You see, but she's not quiet. Depression is having an open mic slam in her head. Suicide is carving haikus on the side of her skull. I write for everybody in this room that's missing their dad. I guess Papa is playing hide and go seek with his responsibilities. I mean, I came here to improve your life status, not your Facebook status. I came here to improve your life story, not your Snapchat story. But there's somebody being bullied across the globe and they speak in Arabic. And I speak it to them in my own language. I say, Ana ahibik, Ana ahibik. There's somebody being bullied in China right now. And I gotta speak in their own language, so I say, whoa, I need. You see, I write for you. I write for people who listen. I write for the entire globe. That's why I write. My name is Ambitionthe Poet. I'm the first foster care poet in the history of the United States. That's 500,000 domestically, 2 million worldwide.
Welcome to the culture. Thank you guys for coming back. I'm so honored and so proud of this next guest. He's been here like every time that I had something. And actually he was here for the very first one we did. And I'm so glad that he decided to come back. Please give it up for Jermaine Pratt, you guys. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so I know some new things going on for you, and I want to talk about it. You know,
yes.
I'm seeing great things happen, so let's get into it. Like, what's going on with you?
Man, now that we are out of a pandemic, I'm glad to be alive.
Right, that's the truth.
But there's a lot going on. There is a lot of things happening. I'm actually getting ready to take my little second international tour. I'm going to Dubai.
Wow.
October.
Congratulations.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. We have Dubai in October doing their fashion week. And we have Liberia Christmas.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we about to be international. I'm excited.
I like that. International is good. International is real good. Staying local is not. But so what came about with all of that? Because I know we are lifting from the pandemic, and people are still trying to find it hard. They find it hard to even come out of it. You know, because sometimes you get stuck in a place that you've been in for a long time, and people have been in this thing for years. And I think people going crazy anyway, because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm out here. So, like, what came about with all this, you know, the Dubai, and yeah, how did that happen?
I think the virtual shows and stuff had their run. They you know, they kind of, but people want to get back out. They want to get back to what, you know, the life that they're used to. So we had got the you know, they gave us the opportunity to show overseas, and the opportunity was sounding really, really good. And I said, you know what, I ain't gonna let no grass grow under my feet. So you know me, I'm a risk taker.
Right.
And I said absolutely. So, you know, much hard work is put into it, and a lot of money. But we definitely going to show out in October.
I like that. So when you see, when you see yourself coming outside of the norm, and what I mean, you know what I mean by the norm. It's always this and always that. You were joking about, but even with choirs, you know, that's in a certain bracket, they stay within the confines of where they are. So when you see that in reference to you, what do you feel like is your duty to help them, or do you feel like, okay, let me get what I need to get? You know, what's your view on that?
So our motto at our boutique is everyone deserves their own spotlight.
Okay.
So I really feel it's my job to be the eyes of people, and whatever my job is, if it's working with a client, working with a company, they're bringing me in because they need a new set of eyes, whether it be their look, their brand, like. So I come in and I just pretty much kind of revamp the style that they currently have, whether it's a choir, you know. I call it my little zhuzh, just the J Pratt zhuzh.
Okay.
You know, I have my own aesthetic. A lot of people know my work by when they see it. So I try to keep my aesthetic the same, but step outside of the box. I mean, I don't deny anybody the opportunity to work.
Gotcha.
So I try to literally exhaust every avenue that I can when it comes to my clientele. Like I'll dress a dog if you let me.
So what are your views on, because this is going around a lot. You have, so with us as African Americans, what happens is a lot of us, when we are superseding a certain place, and I know people say, well, you know, let it roll off your back, but what are your views on the people that say, well, why are you doing that? Why are you going to Dubai? Why are you doing that? You know, what are your views on that? Because,
the naysayers.
The haters. I'm going to say it like this. So what are your views on that? Like, what's your response?
Right. So I don't want to.
And be real.
I'm not right. I'm not. Okay. I'm a little petty. I'm a little petty.
Okay.
But my thing is, you know, just sit back and watch me fly. You know, I've always been one to step out. Like, I really don't need validation from the people around me. And a lot of times too, you'll find that, we just had a conversation earlier, a lot of times you'll find that the people closest to you are really not your supporters. They're not the ones that's going to be contributing to what it is. So it's going to be people that's total strangers that's going to support you. I really do not feel validation by the people around me. You know, my mother, my tight-knit family, they got my back. But, you know, friends and stuff like that, you're not going to get the support that you want. And there's always talk, because whenever people see you going further than what they think that you should be, then you acting funny, oh, you doing too much. Watch me fly. Watch me fly. I got one life to live, and I'm gonna do the best I can to do it.
You know what the funny thing is, when we decide to even go further, when we come back just to visit, they're still in the same spot saying,
right,
I knew you was going to do it.
Right.
No, you said that, why are you going to Dubai? So I applaud you, because you don't see too many people stepping outside the box and doing,
right,
you know, fulfilling their dream. You see them saying it, but not doing it. And even they'll make it seem like they're doing it, you know, just by adding a little thing to, you know, sightsee, but they're not really actually doing the work in the trenches.
Yeah,
So
I'm authentic.
yeah.
I'm not as real as they
Well,
come.
I know that, and that's why I asked you that. So
It ain't
so,
for the gram. It's not just for the
I
gram.
like that. I like that. So and that's one of the reasons why I like you, because of the fact that you are authentic and you will say what's up here, because I've seen you do it. But you do it with class, to the point where it's like you letting people know this is where I am, this is where I have to go.
Right.
And sometimes it is hard to, well, not for me now, but it is hard to let people know, listen, this is where I'm going, what you want,
Yeah.
So I applaud you for that, because it's so funny, because I woke up this morning and I was, praying, and people always say God said. No, I heard, because I don't know if he said it or not, but I know I heard that people, they can grow with you, but they may not go with you. And I was just talking to Christian earlier about, most people that are unexperienced bark the loudest. So I appreciate you not barking and actually being experienced. God bless you for that. So, I'm seeing so how was the proms for you? Because
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Don't say the other thing about a prom.
no,
Yeah.
how was that experience?
So this year was really rough. It was really rough because a lot of schools didn't know whether or not they were going to do it. So it put a lot of pressure on the local designers to produce last minute.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, we were hit pretty hard, but
Wait, so you guys had to? It was like people were coming to you last minute because maybe the schools were saying like,
right, schools were
Really?
they were kind of on the fence. So it was people like literally giving the students weeks, like, we're going to have a prom next month. And
Wow, that's
you
not
know, you
enough time.
figure 20, 30 girls running in, I need a dress. You're like, whoa, wait a minute.
wow.
But it definitely paid off, because last year I was sitting at home like, what am I going to do with my life?
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing, that it hit you like that,
Right.
You probably was like, oh my God, but I'm proud that God allowed that to happen, for you.
Yeah.
So, what's next for you other than the Dubai and stuff like that before we wrap up?
Next for J. Pratt, there's so many things that I got my hands in. But really, one thing I'm really focused on is finalizing my shoe line.
Okay.
So that's one of the things I really want to kind of.
Is that one? No.
No, what you got?
But
Shoe cam here. These is Puma.
But I like that.
We're not endorsing them, but
Oh yeah. Sorry. Well, like that.
But yeah, I want
to
to finish my shoe line and shop it around and get it on shelves at all the high-end stores and be like Jimmy Choo, them good folk.
That's nice. All right, so listen, I know you're gonna come back and we have something again.
Always.
So just let everybody know where they can reach you, your handles, all that stuff. I guess.
Right. So I'm J. Pratt Boutique. The website is www.thejpratt.com, and all of our social media handles are J. Pratt Boutique. It's really simple.
Thank you so much for coming.
Not a problem. Thanks for
I
having
know
me,
you'll
man.
be back. Yo, come on, give it up for J. Pratt. Yo. All right, so we'll be right back.
We mix our culture with the kingdom.
Yeah, man. This that new summertime anthem right here. This how we do for the kingdom.
Now you must swag down, boss down, that minute get the devil out.
Let's go.
Mix our culture with the kingdom. We mix our culture.
Hey yo, what up though? It's your boy B-Rad Inspires. Alright, let's get into it. Listen, over the last couple months, as I've been on this entrepreneurial journey, right? Like a full-time entrepreneurial, motivational speaker, speaking across the nation. Obviously we had the pandemic situation, so I've been doing a lot of work virtually. And then I've been able to still do some stuff in person as well. So it's been great, right? It's been a great road so far. Peaks and valleys, ups and downs, but I wouldn't be in a situation like this had it not been for the tutelage that I've had along the way. So I'm thankful for that, right? So I'm not gonna complain. But over this time, I've had a couple people that have, contacted me, jumped in my DMs, sent me a message, gave me a phone call, and said things along the lines like, man, I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that. This is so hard for me. Like, I've had all these issues. I don't know how I can possibly be successful. I've got money issues. I'm dealing with this with my baby mom. Like, I have all these different things that are going on in my life, and I can't figure out why I can't be successful. Like, I can't get to the success that I believe that I should be able to get to. And I'm seeing you, and I'm like, man, like, how'd you do it? How'd you get there? How'd you make X, Y, and Z happen? This is the biggest issue that most people have, right? The biggest issue or the biggest problem that you have is that you don't believe that you should have any at all. You think that you are special, like you're different from everybody else, right? Like that you are supposed to have a special path, right? That you're supposed to just get to the success and you're supposed to get the glitz and the glamour and the money. Like you're supposed to, everything's just supposed to fall into place for you like Tetris, right? But it doesn't work that way, because each and every person in this world has their own version of adversity that they have to deal with. And mine is going to be different from yours. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine, but you're going to have to deal with some version of adversity. And until you get to the point where you start saying to yourself, I understand that there's always going to be a storm, right? Either I'm in the middle of a storm, I'm going to be coming into a storm, or I'm coming out of a storm, but there's always going to be some version of a storm. There's always going to be some version of adversity that I have to deal with. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable at all times, because I'm telling you that it's going to happen for you when you flip the switch in your mind and you finally say to yourself, listen, I get that it's going to be hard. I understand that things aren't always going to go my way, but if I want this thing to happen, I'm going to have to do the work anyway. I'm going to have to believe when nobody else does. I'm going to have to do it while I'm tired, while I'm scared, while I'm sick, when I have no money in my bank account, when people don't believe in me and I'm the only person standing 10 toes down willing to do whatever it takes to make this thing work. I'm telling you, until you get to that point, it is not going to happen for you. So I suggest for you right here and right now that you make a dedication to yourself, that no matter what happens, no matter what comes in your way, come hell or high water, you're making a decision right here, right now. A firm, steadfast decision that your dreams are worth fighting for, and it doesn't matter what comes in your way, you're going to make it happen no matter what, because I'll tell you this right here, right now. You better be careful of your thoughts, because your thoughts become your words. Be careful of your words, because your words become your actions. Be careful of your actions, because your actions become your habits. Be careful of your habits, because your habits become your legacy, and that is how the world is going to remember you. Listen, my name is Brad Butler II. I encourage every last one of you to make your next day your best day. Welcome to the culture. Thank you for listening.
We mix up culture with the kingdom.
Yeah, man. It's that new summertime anthem right here. This how we do for the kingdom.
Now we must swag out, boss down, never minute get the devil out.
Let's go.
We mix up culture with the kingdom. 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 Mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it.
Welcome back to the culture, you guys. Come on, give me some. So, listen, I'm so happy, glad, elated, all those good things that he said yes, you know. And it's been a long time coming, and I'm so glad to see him. And you know, when you haven't seen people in a while and they look the same, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. So listen, please give it up for Mr. Brad Butler. All right. So listen, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. Listen.
Glad to see you, man. So I see you doing great things, as always, but you went higher, you know, and it's a good thing to go higher. So tell us what's going on with you.
Man, you know, the whole pandemic thing, when it first hit, it's crazy, because when the pandemic hit, prior to it, I was like, ooh, 2020 finna be my year. Like, I had it all mapped out. I was like, I had a theme. Right. I was like, 2020 vision. I'm finna kill it.
What's your resolution? I'm going to Dubai.
Listen, what's your resolution? I'm finna do it all.
Right.
Like, that's what I was thinking going into it, and I had, you know, speaking gigs mapped out. You know, I'm finna get this money and this, that, and everything. And then the pandemic happened and said, no, you ain't. You can finna sit down. That's what you're finna do.
Right.
That's what you're about to do. Mm-hmm. And that happened, and I was like, wow, man, it shut everything down. I started to question my gift. I started to question if this was really what I was supposed to be doing. It's crazy. You start thinking ways like that, because it's like, it ain't like the pandemic didn't happen to everybody else. I wasn't the only person experiencing it.
Right.
So it's like, Brad, if other people are still making their way, still doing their thing, making the necessary adjustments, you got to do the same exact thing, bro. And the crazy thing about it was, I know that I'm an extrovert. I'm a high extrovert person. I'll talk all day, do all the video content you want me to do. I don't care.
Right.
But you tell me I got to sit down and send some emails and put a CRM together and make a website. I said, listen. I'd rather go out and do manual labor. I ain't gonna do none of that. But it's really one of them things that sat me down and let me know that, Brad, you have glaring weaknesses. And you have to address it. And I've said it before on other interviews that I had, that I don't believe that we were living in a pandemic. I believe that we were living in purpose. Right. Because the situation itself, the only thing that the pandemic did was heighten whatever it was you were already doing. Right? If you were working hard, you were going in, doing your ones and twos, the pandemic gave you an opportunity to go that much harder on it, to hone in on it. So you working from home, I'm like, as soon as I clock out, I'm going in.
Right.
And if you were doing some other things, right, with your time that weren't necessarily the most productive, right? If you were self-medicating to get past your issues, you did it tenfold. Right? So it only increased who you really were. And I said, all right, I know who I am, and I have to do this on a whole nother level now.
I think it also, since you're saying, I think what the pandemic did too, it also allowed families that don't talk, because you can't go nowhere. As you said, everything was shut down, so it allowed people to talk. I've heard a mother say, wow, I had a chance to get to know my son, because we were home. And he got on my nerves, but I knew some things that I didn't know, about his friends and about what he does and where he goes after school, but I was so busy. So yeah, you're absolutely correct. So tell me, I'm gonna ask you more so the same question. Tell me your I would say your view on how people are now, because everything's lifting. Yeah. So what do you think we're gonna see? Because people, people driving crazy too. Because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm out. So what are your views on that?
I think you're gonna get a little bit of everything, right? You're gonna get some of those who are like, oh, I'm free, and they're going wild. They're going, oh man, they're gonna act up for real. Yeah. So if you're watching this, please don't do it. I know you were cooped up in the house for a while and all that, but please don't. Don't go out and start acting a whole fool. But like, we really don't want to see you on the news, right? We really don't, right? But then you're gonna have the other ones who are just like, I'm cool. I'm cool with being in the house. It was perfectly fine for me. And then you'll have the mixture in between, where those are like, they're gonna go out and they're gonna realize, this is why I ain't like going out. I'm going back in the house. Right? So like, my wife got that meter. Like, she'd go out and she'd be like, that meter start draining, and I can see it in the face. I said, let me get my wife home before I have to hear it.
I kind of wish that we were still sort of in a pandemic, because I knew that certain things were not going to change, but as long as we change, it's good. So tell me, I still see you doing, like, I saw you at a high school recently. How was that experience for you?
It was great. I mean, obviously it was different because, still dealing with the pandemic situation. Right. So they, practice social distancing. They were wearing their masks. I'm on stage, so I didn't have to wear my mask. I'm already far enough away. But most of the people in the world right now are getting vaccinated. So you got the herd immunity that's going to kick in and all that. So things are sooner rather than later are going to get back to what would be the new norm for us. Now, for me personally, I still wear my mask when I go out, to different places. I keep my distance and such, things of that nature. Not to just to be respectful, because I don't know how other people are, where they're at with it. I don't know if they wanted to go ahead and get vaccinated or whatever the case may be. So I still wear my mask just to make sure that everybody is comfortable and I'm not disrespecting anybody's space or anything like that.
Right. Wow, I like that. So with just the way you're speaking to everybody, so who's actually, if you could, and the person, okay, I'm going to just paint this real quick. Someone is wanting to do what you do, but don't have the tenacity, don't have the courage to do it. What would you say to them? Because there are many people that want to be in your shoes right now, to be in front of.
Do they really?
Well, they want to see the tree, but they don't know how the seed got there. So it's like, what would you say to that person?
All right, so with anyone out there that aspire to do anything at all, so not even just wanting to be a speaker like myself. So if they wanted to be a singer like yourself, or a photographer, videographer, any of that thing, you're going to have to get a mentor. So as I'm talking to you, the person who is watching this right now, if you want to master a skill set, you need to get with someone who has already mastered that skill set, right?
I like that.
Do yourself a favor and don't put yourself in a situation where you have to bang your head against the wall for 5 to 10 years trying to master a thing, when you can get with a mentor who can walk you through the process and help you from stepping on those landmines. So join Legacy Speakers University, which is the community that I built to help up-and-coming speakers get their act together, learn how to put together a keynote presentation, all the things that they're going to need to be successful. Let me help you with that so you can get on the right path and you can just navigate right past those landmines and do what you need to do and be as successful as you possibly can, and you don't burn out.
Wow, I like that. That's good. That's good. Real quick before we go, you mentioned the word burnout. Have you, when you got to that place, what have you done? Like because I believe everybody get there, but when you get to the burnout place, what do you do? Do you go and retreat somewhere, or do you just kind of like continue to go? Because some people just continue to go. So what's your?
So the best thing to do to avoid burnout is, one, you have to know when you're getting to your limit, right? So when you know that you're getting to your limit, you can then make the necessary adjustments to keep you from getting to the burnout point, because when that happens, then you shut down. Then you shut down. So you have to have something called, now we've heard of IQ, right, with your intelligence, but people need to know what their EQ is. They need to have emotional intelligence. They need to understand how are they feeling at the time. Is it anger? Is it jealousy? Is it whatever it might be for them at the time, sadness, whatever. They need to understand that emotion when they're feeling it, so they can stop and say, okay, this is what I'm feeling. Why am I feeling this way? What do I need to do to bring me back to a state of balance, right? So what takes you to your happy place? Is it reading, writing, watching TV, a movie, listening to music, whatever it might be for you? You need to take yourself to that place and get yourself back to balance and address whatever it is that you're dealing with and stop running from it, because it's not going anywhere. I promise you. Run as far as you want to. Drink as much as you want. Smoke as much as you want. When you sober up, that thing will be right there waiting for you.
Collect the entrance.
Collect the entrance.
Listen, man, I'm so glad you came by, and I'm so glad to see you too. Listen, tell everybody what's new and where they can reach you, your handles and all that type of stuff.
Hey man, listen, I am booking all my speaking engagements for the upcoming school year. All you have to do is go to www.bradbutler2.com, bradbutler2.com. Also on all social media handles, it's Brad Butler II, Brad Butler II. Listen, I'm looking forward to talking to you, and please, if you're interested in being a speaker, go to any of my social media handles, jump in my DMs. I'm telling you it's okay. Jump in my DMs, send me a message. We'll get you rocking and rolling, moving on the right path to get you where you need to be.
Don't jump in my DMs. But listen, come on, y'all, let's give it up for Brad Butler. All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the culture, you guys. Come on. So I'm so proud of this young lady. I'm proud of what she's doing, and she's making people's bellies taste, or not taste, but feel really fine. So listen, please give it up for Miss Jasmine Johnson, you guys. Thank you for coming back. Listen, I actually come back because I know you talked about food, and I know I've tasted your food personally at home. And I wanted some more. I knew there were certain days that you cook, and I wanted you to cook every day, but I knew there were certain days. So listen, you got some stuff for us. So tell us what you got here.
So today it is barbecue season.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put a twist on a classic and do a deviled egg, but I'm gonna load it with sour cream, chives, and bacon.
Wow.
So it's gonna be something a little different. Okay. So here I have the eggs. I already cut them up.
Okay.
Put the yolks right here. This is my favorite seasoning.
What's that?
It's ranch seasoning. It's my little secret to like almost everything. I really love it. You gotta taste it. If you don't have it, a lot of stores have it, like, where you're gonna get the dip packets and stuff at.
Wow.
Then we have sour cream, a little seasoned salt, some chives chopped up, some chopped up bacon, and then some bacon to go on top of your egg.
Nice.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm so
All
ready.
right.
Because I got to taste this.
Here we go. You just dump everything in. Boom. Dump in the yolks. Add your sour cream.
It smells so good.
Add your chives, half of them. I'm gonna put a little bit on
That's
the
called
top.
what again?
Chives.
Okay, chives.
Has a good onion flavor. Don't drop your bowl in your bowl. Add your bacon, chopped up whatever size you want it.
Okay.
And add your seasoning. You do it to taste, and you can also put whatever you want. You know your tongue. I like salt and pepper and ranch seasoning, so that's what I'm gonna put in my egg. So now you got it like this. You're just gonna mush it up. I like to use one of these spatulas because you can mush it and then mix it real good.
Gotcha.
And that's it. That's all it is.
If I saw you do this on YouTube, I would still get it wrong.
Really?
I would. I was like, I think she said, let me go back to 245. It smells good.
It does. It smells like some sour cream and onion chips, y'all. It smells good. I like it. All right, and you get it to however you want it. I didn't know this, but some people like their eggs, like the egg mix, chunky, the yolks.
No?
That's not my cup of tea, personally, but some people do. So I try to get
What you mean, what, going into the egg or just, I mean,
the yolks right here that I put in here, they like chunks of it instead of like mushed up like you would traditionally see.
No.
I'm like, okay.
They're weird.
know.
That's weird. That's
You
weird.
can-
You're weird for doing that.
So I'm gonna get it as mushed as I can. And you can also use a potato masher.
Okay.
You just use whatever you have, because that's kind of what I do.
Nice.
Just winging it, following my heart and my taste buds too.
Yes, and it's really good.
Boom. So I got it as mushy as I want to get it.
Okay.
There we go. Got a little mix.
Can I help with some?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Put the eggs on the plate.
Yes.
All nice. We're about
Well,
to fill them up.
Okay. Can I put one there?
And so when you get your mix like this, at this point you can go ahead and put it in a piping bag if you want. But because a piping bag like you would use for icing for cupcakes.
Oh, okay, got you.
That's what
See,
some
I don't
people
cook,
do.
so you know.
But this is so chunky and it has the bacon chunks in it.
Right,
It's gonna be
right.
hard to squeeze it through there. So I use a spoon, regular spoon.
All of them, you want all in one plate?
Yep.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to stretch your mix and have like really full eggs,
Yes.
that's when you're gonna add more mayonnaise. We didn't put mayonnaise in this, but you could add more sour cream and it's gonna make more sauce.
Okay.
All right, and that's it. Now you fill it as much as you want. A little egg. I'm gonna just make one for you. Put a little chive on it and top it with your fresh hot bacon. Make it cute. And that's it. It's an egg.
Wow. That's dope. I like that. I like that
It's a little remix.
a lot. Wow.
So yeah.
This is nice. This is nice.
Simple.
You know what? I've seen, like, when I would go to, like, functions and stuff like that, especially cookouts, I would see it, but I don't know how people make it.
Yep.
So I actually seen it made. So I could probably try it myself, you know? I'll just call you and say, do I supposed to boil the egg right? Or, like how long am I supposed to boil the egg?
Yep.
So listen, what's coming up for you? Like, do you have anything going for you right now? Because I know you have a lot as far as the cooking and things. Open it back up. I've been saying that for the whole show.
So I am just doing this full time. So I'm located in Newark now. So I'm doing platters every week. I'm introducing new summer menu items. We're gonna start doing drinks, desserts, all kinds of stuff. So I'm just doing platters every week.
What made you like step out and just do that? Like,
why am I doing anything else than something I want to do?
I don't like that.
I just
I
fear.
like that.
I had to let go of the fear. Like, oh man, what if? Okay, well there is no what if. I cut that out. I'm trusting God, and I'm doing what I feel like I need to do.
Wow, that's so dope. Oh my gosh. So listen, so can I taste this?
Go ahead. Let me fill one up for me. Shoot.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Cheers.
It's so delicious. It's good.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh my God.
It's different. It's not your traditional.
We gotta make some more before we go.
I love
All right.
bacon.
It's so good. Y'all should taste it. When y'all get a chance, please taste it. It's so delicious. Oh my God. Okay, so listen. So everybody, your handle, where they can reach you. And all that other stuff.
Well, I'm working on that. No, just kidding. You can reach me on Instagram and on Facebook at The Vibe Catering. We also have a phone line you can text or call. It's 302-464-8804. And the best way to reach me is DMs because I'm always checking those all day, every day. And we're trying to grow our social media fan base so we can just get the word out.
Yeah,
we want to serve you. We want to make food for you. We want to make some eggs for your event.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it yourself. I can do it for you.
Love it. Come on, y'all. Give it up for Jasmine Johnson, y'all. Come on, come on. We'll be right back with the final thought.
Mix up culture with the kingdom.
Yeah, man. This that new summertime anthem right here. This how we do for the kingdom.
Now we must swag down.
Welcome back to the culture. So listen, we always end the culture with a final thought. The final thought that I can actually think of is a word. The word is called seed. S-E-E-D. Most things start with a seed, whether it's a baby coming into the world, whether it's a vision or a dream. So when I was in school, elementary school, I should say, my science teacher, she gave us all sunflower seeds, and I asked her, what do we do with this? She said, I'm going to give you some dirt, which is basically soil. I'm going to give you some water, and that's it. I was like, that's it? She said, that's it. After that, what you're going to do is you're going to take the seed, and you're going to take your finger, you're going to push the seed down. And she said, and then you're going to put the dirt over the seed. I said, all right, that's fine, that's fine. So she said, what's going to happen is a plant is going to grow. You know, you're going to get a sunflower seed. I said, oh, wow, this is great. So the next day we went to school, and I went by the window. I said, Miss Shapiro, it's not growing. She said, you got to give it time. You just planted it yesterday. So I said, okay, cool. All right, I'm going to give it time. So the next day I went back, it still wasn't growing. The crazy part is somebody else you saw a little bit of theirs growing. I said, wait, something's wrong. And I started crying real bad. So she told my mom I was crying, so I started acting out, and I was like, And she said, your son is acting out, he's kicking chairs and doing all types of stuff. All because my seed would not grow. Here's the thing. I waited for another week. It was nothing happening. The problem was it wasn't in the sunlight. Everybody else was in the sunlight. So she said, maybe, let's put it in the sunlight. So it still wasn't growing. I said, it's just dead. However, I would say when I stopped worrying about it and I just said, okay, I focused on my studies and doing, different things like that with, certain projects. Mr. Pratt said, Bashir, come over. And I said, what? And she said, look. I said, wow, it's here. So she said, you had to wait and give it time. And she said, and look, you wasn't thinking about it. I said, I wasn't. So here's my analogy, okay, with that. God allows certain things to happen because he wants you to develop patience with it. And he wants to develop you in it. So sometimes it's not us. Sometimes it's not the test, it's us in the test. So listen, thank you for coming to the culture and wait for your seed to grow. Love you guys.
She can't find a piece of food or a piece of starving stomach.